off the hip, John Stockton the
What's funny? Detroit say this is them. Everybody had a little
What's tonight, folks? This team
Good job, okay.
No.
They just locked in.
Throwing points, getting hard.
I'm not saying it's Joker's fault. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying.
Get him down 3 games. It's a quick sweep.
It's a mentality thing. That's really what I think it is.
The Kobe fade away, you're from 10 feet. You know what's in me.
Yo!
What up?
What's up, fellas? Welcome back to the building, man. We back in the building on this beautiful ass Monday, and we got some stuff to go over. But I hope Mel gonna turn his camera on. But we got Mel back in the building. You guys been watching the show for a minute. You know who this Mel is. It's not the you know when Mel came up here last time, Mel was like, hey, that's not the real Mel. So he is a real Mel, but he's been a part of the show for a while. So yeah, we got him back up here to talk some of this hot fucking topics for us because some shit happened. A lot of people making comments on stuff, you know, and we got to get into it. But you know where we're gonna start? We got to start with Dame Dollar trade himself. Let me get the specs up here for the trade. So the trade went down. Dame is out of Portland. All right. And he's heading to the Milwaukee Bucks in a surprising trade. It's surprising because Milwaukee name didn't come up to the day before he was traded. That's what a lot of people tampering Jimmy Butler, but Milwaukee's name didn't come up till the day before he was traded there. Tampering my ass. But Milwaukee gets Damian Lillard. Portland gets Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, some other dude, and 3 picks. And then the Suns get Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Kenyon Johnson. I want to say his name is. So how we feeling about this trade? Because I know y'all going to say Suns won this trade. I know that's exactly what y'all going to say. You know, Suns definitely got deeper. But I want to stay focused on the Milwaukee Bucks part of it. How much does this help Milwaukee, DJ?
I think it helps a lot on the lack of scoring outside of Giannis because Chris Middleton hasn't been really available and he hasn't really been healthy. And as y'all know, I've said over and over again, Drew is one of my favorite players in the NBA. I've been a fan of his since he was in college. But the Bucks definitely lacked scoring last year in the playoffs when Giannis was out. And when he came back, you couldn't really find scoring anywhere else outside of Giannis. And Brook Lopez, if he showed up to hoop that day to score. So I think it's huge, because if you pay attention, like we do, we all know Giannis picked Dame first in the All-Star game with his reserves, and it threw LeBron for a loop. It threw me for a damn loop because I really thought he was going with Drew. But you know, I mean, it's dope. I think it's dope. I think it's good for the NBA because Jokic and Murray works well because they play 2 different positions, but it complements each other. So I'm hoping to see the same with Dame and Giannis.
No?
Yeah, honestly, my sentiments exactly, bro. Like, it gives them a different dynamic as far as scoring, right? And we're not going to sit here and say that, you know, Drew Holiday is some slouch when it comes to the offensive side of the ball because Drew Holiday is definitely one of the best 2-way players in the league. But when you looked at his role, he was primarily there for defense. And although it may seem like that might not translate with Dame, the scoring is going to translate tremendously, right? Like you have Giannis that can kill you on the inside. Chris Middleton is essentially a mid-range bucket whenever he's healthy and available. Brook Lopez has had a transcendent in his career since he touched Milwaukee, and now you add Dame, who's Dame time. He can go off at any point in time, especially in the fourth quarter. Which I feel like Milwaukee definitely needs help with sometimes when they're in close games, i.e. Miami, i.e. Boston. In those close matches, you're gonna need somebody to get you a bucket. I not name Chris Middleton and not name Giannis, and when they're clogging the paint, Brook Lopez can't buy a shot, or when he's just off that day, like you're gonna need somebody that can go nuclear in the fourth quarter, last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes, and get you 20 points in that time period. And there's really only a few players in the league that can do that, and that is Dame Lillard. I know a lot of people were, kind of salty about this move as far as him leaving Portland and complaining and crying that he wanted to leave Portland, bro. But he's one of the only players that actually did it the right way, waited it out, literally sat through rebuild after rebuild after rebuild, telling broken promises. His front office telling him, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and nothing's ever been done. So I think it's his time. Everybody wants to sit up here and say, oh, I can't wait for Chris Paul to get a ring. That's all he needs. Well, if Dame gets a ring, then shoot, I'd honestly be happy, right? I'm a Dame fan. I'd honestly be happy. So I like the move. Shoot, go get yours, Dame.
Mel?
Yeah, I think this is a good move for Milwaukee. I just think because you look at like top two duos, Giannis didn't really have anybody that could put him in the top 10. With him and Milton, didn't really work as well as they thought it would because he's been injured for a lot the last couple of years. But you put Damian Lillard with a Giannis, you can arguably say that they're a top 5 duo in the league. You know, you can do your rankings in however way you want to do it. If you want to put like AD, LeBron, Booker, Durant, you know, any one of those guys, but you put Dame Lillard and Giannis, they're a top 5 duo in the league right now. And then, you know, if you're Adrian Griffin, the new head coach in Milwaukee, this is your first head coaching job. I know you've been a long time assistant, but you're kind of the man calling the shots down. We're gonna be interested to see how what he wants to do on offense and defense is going to fit what Dame Lillard's been used to. You know, he's always used to having the ball in his hands. He's never used to playing with a dynamic player as Giannis is. So. And then if they can stay healthy, they'll definitely be a top 3 team. I mean, they had the best record last year, but unfortunately Giannis got hurt, and then that kind of their playoff, you know, they got eliminated in the first round. So it'll be interesting to see what this team looks like. You know, I'm sure they're going to get off to a rocky start as all new duos do, especially with media camp being today. But we're going to see how it works out. But you know, these are 2 veterans who want to win, and this was disappointing for Milwaukee too because they traded away some great players. They trade away draft picks in order for them to make it work. And if this doesn't work, then you know they're gonna have some questions to think about. And I think this secures Giannis in the future too as well. So
I like what all you guys said. My one concern about the Bucks is I don't know why they kept Chris Middleton. I think that's one of the maybe. I mean, I get it. Portland probably didn't want Chris Middleton. Portland probably did not want Chris Middleton at all. They called him, don't talk about Chris Middleton. I don't want to hear his name. He is not in this offer at all. You mention him, I will hang up this phone. All right. Because that's how I'm approaching the table. I want to hear shit about Chris Middleton. You feel me? Don't fucking tell me nothing. That's why they took Grayson Allen. Like they took Grayson Allen and not Chris Middleton. All right. So I don't know why Chris is still there. I do think Dame helps them with more scoring. But I do think they're going to lose. The same thing people are saying Boston is losing, getting rid of Michael Brogdon and, you know, Robert, and we're going to get that, Rob, and we're going to get to that in a second. I think the Bucks lose the same thing. When you have a defender as a caliber as Drew Holiday and you don't replace that. You didn't replace that with Dame. Dame isn't going to play defense on that type of level. So for me, it's just like, okay, yeah, they're going to score some points, but teams are going to be able to do the same thing they did to Bobby Portis the last 2 years. They're going to do the same thing they did to Brook Lopez the last 2 years. Like, you can slow Giannis down. Is Dame going to be healthy all the way? We don't know. I don't really like questioning health because nobody's really healthy now. Everybody goes down and they sit out a couple of games to get ankle. So I do think it's a nice fit, but I just don't know what the defense looks like. And then, Moo, I'm going to kick it to you because I know you want to talk about the Suns a little bit. So take over the Suns real quick. What do you feel about the Suns and the moves that they made with that trade?
Well, just to piggyback off of what you said, I was actually going to ask, like, how does this affect Milwaukee team defense-wise, right? Because you did give up a Drew Holiday who was
and a Grayson Allen.
And a Grayson Allen, bro. I was going to bring that point up. And a Grayson Allen who comes in and gives you great minutes off the bench as far as defense-wise. So, like, as far as not individual defense, but team defense, I think that hurts Milwaukee a lot, especially when you look at late game situations to where they're going to look at now Dame and Giannis to take over the game instead of, you know, Giannis and Brook and Drew to take over a game defensively. Now they're going to look at these guys to take over the game offensively. So that's just going to be a lot different. But to speak on the Suns, I do like that they bolstered their bench and got a lot better defensively. That was their problem last year. And I do think that, you know, with KD and Booker, they have, you know, another year to kind of tighten the screws. You got Bill, that's probably going to be we're going to hope that's going to be healthy enough to play throughout the whole season. So when that ultimately happens, I still got to see it, right? For me, the Suns are a see to believe type team, right? Like they can get all of these players, you know, they get the KDs and all the stuff like that, but unless they put it together in a way to where it's going to work for everybody, it's hard for me to be like, oh, yep, Suns got new acquisitions and they won the trade. They're automatically going to the finals this year. Like I can't automatically just say that. I have to see it put together. I have to see what the bench does because that was their major problem last year. I have to see what other people can do, not name Devin Booker and KD. We have to see how Bradley Beal gets acclimated. Like we have to see all of this work prior to saying, oh, bow, Suns are going to the finals because they bolstered their defense and they bolstered their bench. So with me, it's always the jury's out with the Suns. I have to see it to believe it, and we'll ultimately see, man. I do like the moves though, but like I said, we'll see.
Anybody want to touch on the Suns before I move to the Boston part of this trade?
Actually, no, I don't. Move pretty much. Move pretty much hit the nail on the head.
That's why I kicked it to him because I knew Move was going to give us what we needed so we can move on quickly. I'm going to take this time before we move to Boston, and just to give a little shout out real quick, I want to shout out Jimmy Butler and his new hairstyle. I love it, my boy. I love it. Love it. Keep trolling the media, bro. Keep doing your thing. All right. Can't wait to see what you do next year. All right. Just wanted to say that. All right. So Boston then comes in. And Boston acquires Drew Holiday from Portland, and they give up Rob Williams and Malcolm Brogdon and a couple of other picks to Portland. Now, I know a lot of Boston fans on the forums that I've been in. I know they're upset with letting go of Malcolm Brogdon. You guys know in the chat I told you, I didn't like the fact that they gave up Rob, but I can understand why they gave up Rob. Rob is young and he's injury prone. Last 2 seasons, he's missed significant time. We struggled in the playoffs last year or the year before that when we went to the finals because he wasn't there, and then he came back in spurts. But Al Horford picked that up. I know a lot of people saying that 34-year-old Al Horford. Al Horford was the one that was slowing Embiid down. Al Horford was the one who dropped 30 on Giannis in the playoffs. So I don't know what y'all talking about. Time Lord was stopping these guys or slowing. No, he wasn't. It was Al Horford. Like, yeah, Time Lord is a good defender. He is. Like, yeah, will we miss that? I don't know who we're going to place with that. I know some people saying get JaMale McGee or Dwight Howard to, come off the bench and fill that space. That's fine. But for you guys to be upset that we lost Rob, like, bro, something needed to change with Boston. Yeah, we made it to the finals 2 years ago, but something needed to change with the core group around the core. And that's what Brad Stevens did this offseason. He changed that core around the core. He changed the core around the core. So I'm a little upset that Rob left, but I understand why Rob is going. Malcolm Brogdon had to go because he became disgruntled when we wanted to trade him the first time, which, I mean, this is a profession. I get we're for the players because I'm for the players, but you have to understand when you sign these contracts, this is part of your contract. I can trade you to another team. And you might be in trade talks. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to trade you, but when you come back with that attitude, now I got to trade your ass. See you later. And you have been injury prone too. So let's not act like there's a big, Michael Brogdon stay healthy, he played 82 games and then he wants no. Yeah, he was very good for us off the bench. I would give him that. He won 6 man of the year. But there's no way I'm going to sit here and be like, that's that big of a loss. No, we did what we're supposed to do. We have our vets and we have a young ass core. If you want to win championships down the road, that's what you want. So, Mel, I'm going to kick it to you. What do you think about Boston acquiring Drew Holiday?
I mean, I think this is the best case scenario for them. I know a lot of people. I know they took a lot of heat for trading Marcus Smart, who was like the heart and soul of that team. But I think they upgraded a very good team. Upgraded. I know they lost a lot in the middle, but they got, if Porzingis and Horford can stay healthy, I think the front line is pretty decent and long enough to, they can get him through the regular season. But I think it was a good picker for Drew Holiday to go to Boston. I know he's going to have revenge on his mind, and when he looks at the calendar, sees Milwaukee
those
coming
secrets.
in. Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like. But I think Drew Holiday fits what the mentality that Joe Mazzulla is trying to build with the culture there too as well. So I think he's a good locker room guy too, so he can keep those guys in check.
What do you want, Zamar?
Nah, y'all already know why I came in this. Stop playing with me. You already know I had to address the allegations because what we not about to do, let's come back. No, I'm addressing you because you the main one to try to call out the GOAT. I had to put the go hard in this bitch. But listen, you're not gonna disrespect. Where did Troy go? Boy, where you at? Boy. Oh no. Oh, y'all jumping up. Oh, y'all got me messed up. Everybody better not drop out of this hole. I'm not playing with y'all. The disrespect. And then Troy, I'm gonna unmute you, Troy. I'm gonna unmute you. Stop
Hey, wait though, because I'm on my phone, so I had no. I can't.
Stop playing with me right now. You know why I came through, and it was to address you because you came out of pocket, disrespecting Go Harden, and you know what you said. I could do the playback. You was saying that everybody gets criticism, but this man escaped criticism. First of all, let's talk about.
We talking about Boston trade right now. You got anything to add to Boston's trade?
No. Listen. First of all, who wanted to try to say that nobody gets any criticism or like he don't get criticized? He out partying with strippers and Lil Baby. Listen, my boy still coming to work, still practicing. Nobody he ain't like he out here like crackhead Aaron Rodgers on the crackhead retreats. Don't do my boy like that. That's what we not gonna do. My boy comes to work in the practice. He puts in
really because what you're saying right now is when he was disgruntled in Houston, he did the exact opposite. He didn't go to work most of the time. He showed up out of shape, and the minute he got traded up out of here and went to the net, and I like Harden, and the minute he got traded up out of here, he got straight in shape and started balling in Brooklyn.
No. But listen. That's a fact. And Michael,
lay the facts down, DJ. Lay the facts down, DJ.
No.
Fuck James Harden.
Michael, you a Harden
I ain't say all that, but
I said it.
You're supposed to be a Harden supporter. What's going on?
Ain't no Harden supporter. Ain't no Harden supporting over here.
I like James Harden.
Ain't no switching up, Micah. You fake. Ain't no switching up.
You gotta call a spade, bro. You got to.
Call a spade a spade.
You gotta call a spade a spade.
Call a spade a spade.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share.
He's a boogeyman in the dark.
Listen.
Played in Monsters Inc.
No. Listen. Collectively, Harden played with KD and Kyrie 16 games. Okay, but I don't like the narrative is being spun. Y'all spinning a narrative as if he had cancer.
Wait, time out. Zamara, let me ask you something real quick. Did he show up to training camp today?
I don't know what's going on.
No, he did not. No, he did not. You can't sit up here and defend a man that does antic after antic after antic after antic to get his way. Zamara is tiring. It is tiring hearing you James Harden this hard. And the dude behind your back doesn't go to work.
No.
He doesn't go to work. When Ben Simmons didn't go to work, what happened to Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons got fired. They put that nigga on a rotisserie and turned him slowly. Did they not? But James Harden don't got to go on that same rotisserie. That's what James Harden at right now. He in Philly. The same place where they roasted Ben Simmons. That nigga is getting roasted. He is getting roasted. See James Harden later.
Let me go.
See him later. I like your hair, by the way, Zamar, but see him later.
No. Listen. I appreciate that. But let me tell you what really happened. People trying to make the narrative.
Zamar got the inside scoop, guys.
Problematic. But let me tell you what really happened.
He is problematic.
The true Hollywood story. Yeah, let him cook. Let me cook. The true Hollywood story, it was just released. No, I'm not getting. Don't play with me, Kyle. Don't play with me. I'm not getting cooked.
Getting cooked up here. You came here to do what? Tell me what your mission is.
The true Hollywood story is that when Harden left Houston, we found out the real deal was that there was a girl named Shy and Kelly Oubre or whatever ended up low-key. He ended up taking his girl. Or
this is what it sounds like tomorrow.
His girl. So because of that. And he was in a deal with Murray. Murray wanted to be petty. Now, the thing about it is, Harden told him from the get-go, I'm not staying on this team because Murray wanted to be petty. Murray released a statement that Harden was already on the team after he already said he wasn't. So then the media is going to think like he's problematic. No, he already said he wasn't.
No, we saw. You know how we can say James Harden was problematic in Houston because we saw what he did, his actions. He came in the season. He came into the season. I don't care what he said. He came into that season, last season with the Rockets before they traded him to the Nets. Before they traded him to the Nets, he asked for a trade. They said, "Okay, we will trade you, James Harden." They said, "Okay, we will trade you, James Harden." James Harden, but we might not get a trade done right away. You got to play for it. James Harden came out and played. Then they was like. James Harden started cooking. Correct me when I'm wrong, DJ. James Harden started cooking, and then the Rockets front office with him is like, "We're not going to trade you." James Harden came back in a fat suit. What are we talking about here? Those are his actions. I don't care about his words.
He got up on national TV. Then he got up on national TV and was like, "I need to be traded. This can't be fixed."
He was at Astro with Travis.
Y'all said that he really gained them lbs. That won't fake. You said that he was really fat. So we going to.
I always said it was a fat
he
suit.
pulled up.
He went and talked to Martin Lawrence. He went and talked to Martin Lawrence. Was like, yo, what fat suit you recommend, Big Mama?
You out of line, bro. Come on. I love it though.
Let's stick to 76ers. Moray, out of spite, decided to bring Kelly Oubre and trade him there. So that is the main reason. He's like, no, heck no, I'm not going over there because he done married that girl that he was with.
So what? So what? You have a job to do, Zamara, if your ex-boyfriend started dating somebody at your job and they got married, you gonna quit your fucking job? No. You gonna stop paying your bills because he married somebody at your job?
Wait, so James Harden was salty.
No, right? All right. So tell James Harden to stop acting like a little fucking child, to step up and be a fucking man and do his fucking job. This guy's getting paid millions of dollars to play a fucking game, and you talking about some dude marrying some other dude. Nobody give a fuck.
I'm the dude disguised.
Nobody give a fuck.
No.
I'm just a dude. That's disguised. That's a dude playing another dude.
Troy, pick the facts. He already said he wasn't staying, and then after
I don't care.
Wants to say that he won't stay. And
Daryl Morey's a liar. He didn't say Maury Ray is a liar. Daryl Morey is a liar.
Said it on F-Wood boy. That is spiteful. Come on,
I'm spiteful. I'm spiteful. Fuck that dude. I'm spiteful.
So basically, you're telling me.
I'm tired of James Harden being in the media at this point, doing absolutely nothing positive.
Basically, you're telling me.
Like, come on. Every time we hear about you, you mad about where you are.
Business. He's a black business entrepreneur, an owner.
He got owner of a strip club where he can hire the best of the black women.
This is the Shannon Sharp thing. It is my job to critique you as an NBA player as you perform. I have not attacked that man personally or nothing. I said he did this, and this, and I'm going to call a spade a spade.
Okay, but Micah, I'm going to bring up receipts because you was over here defending me. Remember when?
Telling you what he did.
No. Remember in the playoffs when he went off, you was over here co-signing me, and now you flipping.
Because he went off. He had a good game.
You be told.
He had a good game.
He dropped 45.
He had nothing to do when he's going to China. The dude went to China. He went to China. He went to China where Daryl Morey, where the owner of the Daryl Morey he can't go. He can't go over there. Remember what he said when he was on the Rockets? Daryl Morey can't go there. So why you go to China? Why you go to China and do that? Nigga, you had ulterior motives of being in China and saying Daryl Morey is a liar. Because you already know they're against him. Stop it, James Harden. Stop it. Stop it. I ain't faked out none. I see his actions. I don't care what he say. I don't care what he say. LeBron can come out tomorrow and be like, I'm not trying to be like Jordan. He still got 23 on, right?
It is what it is, bruh. Like if he already
right, it is what it is. So just accept that James Harden is a fucking child. He likes to play games with organizations, and now the 76ers about to play some games with him.
He's the most protected superstar in the league.
Gonna make it look like he is over here lying and being problematic, and he wasn't. He was up front the first time. He was up front. That's BS. No.
So basically, you're telling me
it don't matter because he getting another ring. So it don't
matter.
Basically,
another one. It's back to back. I done told you, Micah. He going to Houston. It's back to back on these hoes. Stop playing.
So basically, we don't want Harden is salty that Kelly Oubre, Mr. Pain and Nails, took one of his
because dude got more riz than him, bro. He upset, because he got more riz than him.
It's crazy.
Is that what I'm hearing?
He brought the guy in. He brought the guy in that married the girl I used to mess with. I can't be on this team with him.
That light skin painted nails.
You gotta trade me. You gotta trade me, Daryl Morey.
Is that what I'm hearing?
You gotta trade me. Call Kelly Oubre Mr. Steal James Harden girl from now on. That's what we call him. That's what you address that man is. We put Kelly Oubre in the same bracket we put Delonte West.
That's disrespectful.
Good God.
That's really disrespectful.
He did bump his own lady.
Team married one of his ex-boos or something. Nobody give a fuck. She had ex for a reason. I thought you was gonna come up here with some shit. You ain't come up here with nothing.
No,
what you talking about? What you talking about? You come up here with nothing.
Talk about LeBron. LeBron got kicked off the team.
What Mel at? Somebody call Mel.
Warden don't have that type of power, but LeBron surely did get rid of Delonte West. When he was talking with his mom.
Shout out Delonte West. That's what those air horns was for. It's for Delonte West. And
okay,
Kelly Oubre.
But yes.
Shout out Kelly.
Y'all had a lot. No. I ain't doing that. No, y'all wrong for that.
I'm not
wrong as hell for that one. Hell no.
Hey,
I ain't co-signing that one.
See, this the thing, bro. This the
How we
thing.
wrong, DJ? They ain't
How?
our fault that Kelly Oubre had more riz than James Harden. They ain't
Light
our
skinned
fault.
Teddy Nails went out there and took
Not our
his
fault, but when we
Jones.
talk about basketball, I don't care who he messing with outside of basketball. If you're on this
I
team, you
don't
got a
either.
contract, do your job. We all see him making Jamari. You're sitting here
Well, he
making
already
excuses.
said he had problems
Does he not have a contract? Is he a free agent? Is he a free agent? No, right? He's not a free agent. He's under contract. So go do your fucking job. That's all I care about.
No,
go do your fucking job. Go do your fucking job.
No,
go do your fucking job. Because I
Troy,
don't have that luxury to tell my boss I ain't coming in because some
That's
niggas date
BS.
my ex-girlfriend.
No.
I don't have that fucking luxury. So he don't have it either. Fuck
Even
outta here.
before Kelly
You should have just stuck with the Daryl Morey was a liar. You should have just stuck with the Daryl Morey was a liar. That was a better thing. That was better than this Ray Morey or whoever this bitch is that Kelly Oubre is dating. You should have just left that in the hood. You should have left that at the HMZ, not TMZ, HMZ, the hood motherfucking TMZ.
He already, first of all, you basically spinning the narrative that the media is saying. He already said he wasn't coming through. This is just part 2 of it.
He ain't coming through.
He said he's not
So he's not showing up to do his job like we've been pointing out.
When Ben Simmons didn't show up to do his job because when Ben Simmons didn't show up to do his job in Philly, when Philly was putting him under, throwing his ass under the bus, everybody was attacking Ben. But now James Harden gets to do whatever the fuck he wants, and nobody gets to say anything about him. That's not how this shit works.
If your employer lied to you and said that, basically said I quit, and they were like, no, basically he said I quit, and then the employer says no, you don't. He didn't say he quit, and you're still on there. You're gonna be like, my employer's a liar. I said I quit.
Where did he quit at? Right now, right? Under contract. Do I have a contract? Do I have a contract? In that scenario where I quit, do I have a fucking contract?
Everybody has a contract. You signed a contract. And the job
right, but my contract at my job, I can walk away from that shit anytime. James Harden only way he can walk away from his contract is by retiring.
No, if you pay.
That's how he can walk away from his contract, retiring. He can't force nobody to trade him. Nobody can force anybody to trade him when they sign that damn contract. This is the problem I have with all this shit.
No. If he wanted to get his contract bought back.
Yeah, but that's on the team. That's not on James Harden. That's on the team. The team has to fucking want to buy him out. Not James Harden.
If you already had a conversation with your employer, Maury, and he told him, I'm not resigning based off whatever stipulation, and there was a back and forth, and that back and forth was coming from the GM, and you're hearing this information, that makes you believe on the outside that he's lying and he's causing a disruption, and that's not what happened.
We should have just stuck to Daryl Morey offered James Harden the Madison and told him he wasn't getting it. We should have just stayed to that shit because all this, my baby mama. All this baby mama drama shit, I can't take this. This is not a baby mama drama show. This ain't.
I'm not even saying it's baby mama drama, but we keeping it factual.
It's not factual. The facts is James Harden didn't show up to camp. The facts are James Harden did not show up for camp, Jamar. That is the fact. Is that not a fact? Is that not a fact? The fact is James Harden did not show up for work. That's a fact. And that's the only thing that matters is that he did not show up for work.
He's not coming back. Did he or did he not?
Because he got his Jones hook.
He didn't say.
But what happened when Ben Simmons said he wasn't coming back? What happened when Ben Simmons said he didn't want to be on Philly? Ben Simmons got roasted like a fucking chicken, and guess what? James Harden gonna get the same thing.
No,
he getting roasted. He getting roasted
right now.
He getting roasted.
Even though he didn't like that, he still got traded.
Roasted.
No, it's not.
And guess what Philly gonna do to him? Guess what Philly about to do to James Harden? Guess what Philly about to do to James Harden? You want to know what they're about to do to him? The same thing they did to Ben. They about to fine him that whole paycheck he about to get for the year. You about to count 70 of that shit back to the NBA. That's what's about to happen to James Harden. Yes, it is. Watch. That's what's going to happen to James Harden.
That's not about to happen, Troy.
That's what's going to happen to James. They're going to fine that nigga like he ain't never been fined before. And he going to go to the strip clubs like, yo, I'm low on money. I don't know what happened.
We can continue this on Thursday because Thursday I'm definitely going to have to fall through now.
I'm coming through. We definitely finish this on Thursday. DJ, we pulling up now. We pulling up. Yeah, we pulling up now. Now we pulling up. PVT. Here come B2B, nigga.
When James Brown gets a left hand, that's what Harden getting fined. It ain't happening, my brother.
Can we get back to my Boston trade, please?
Call James Harden and ask him to marry you, please.
They damn sure gonna tax his pocket.
Call Tyrone.
I don't even like that.
For him like you married to him. 10 years. 3 kids.
Who got 3 kids?
You by James Harden. That's the way you talking about. No, the facts is That nigga, he went from the fact is he's been on 3 different teams in 4 years. That's the fact. Who does that? Tell me what type of player. Tell me what type of player has been on 3 years, 4 teams in 3 years. That's not called a journeyman.
That is true.
That's a really good point. And you know what? They did drag Russell Westbrook for the same thing.
That is true.
Sure did.
They dragged Russell Westbrook because he changed teams 3 times. Yes,
they did.
But Mulish,
he became a journeyman in people's eyes.
I wasn't even arguing with you. Let's actually argue with Mulish because Mulish is petty as hell. You were the one that I was addressing.
I got you, Moo. No. I got you, Moo. You know we stick together, Moo. You know.
Anyway, basket to basket with your nonsense now. You did that to yourself.
But
you know, Moo. If you want to play a game tomorrow, we can play.
Yeah, boo.
Wait a minute. What the hell?
Listen.
Don't mute me. Go ahead, do it. You're gonna be out of here. You're gonna have to load back up. You about to have to load back up tomorrow.
Should be a block, bro.
Tomorrow about to get loaded back up. I'm about to say you with K Carter at in the chat.
But Mulish, what I wanted to do was do one comparison and just say, kind of what you were saying, he doesn't get as much criticism. I was going to bring up the argument with load management with Kawhi, because Kawhi, I think because he's such a nice guy and he stays under the radar. No, listen, he's such a nice guy. He stays under the radar. A lot of people don't criticize him as much as they would LeBron for his not load management, but he don't get as much critique because he's stays out the radar. Kind of like to your point when you was talking about with Harden. I don't think it's obviously the same thing, but I think for certain players get overlooked for certain stuff that they do. That's all I was going to say.
I think it's different for Kawhi because Kawhi, he was healthy and he wasn't playing. So when people was criticizing him, just bro, nothing's wrong with you, gang, and you just not playing. Main reason being is because he didn't want to get hurt for the future, or he wanted to save himself for playoffs, whatever the case may be, bro. But at the end of the day, it's you're here, you're healthy, you should play. What I was saying basically about Harden is everybody wanted to talk about how Dame can't or shouldn't be able to request a trade out. Everybody wanted to talk about KD. Everybody want to talk about this. Or everybody want to talk about this person or that person. But it's James Harden has done this 3 times already, and nobody has said a damn thing.
But I'm not going to categorize as him asking for a trade in the same thing. There's different contexts to him trying to leaving those teams. So that's why I'm not saying it's the same thing. It's different.
What other player has done that though? What other player has done what James Harden done? I got 3 different reasons. There's a different reason why he left Houston. There's a different reason why he left the Nets, and now it's a different reason why he's trying to leave.
The Nets was a completely different situation, only because all 3 of them decided collectively that they wanted to leave, and then even though people want to say the whole thing about either it was Kyrie that was leaving, I still have question marks in that because when Harden spoke about Murray, it was Kyrie that actually spoke out and was giving him support. So I don't think it should be included with the Nets. If anything, you could put 2 teams he wanted to request. But if collectively, your big 3 have all wanted to get out the same team, there's something wrong with the management and with the head office.
They all didn't want to get out at the same time, though.
They did not. No, they did not. No, they did not. James Harden quit on them. We're not going to fucking gloss over him, letting the ball roll past him and letting the Pistons put the ball up. No, on the Nets. On the Nets. His buddy and Kyrie, his buddy Katie and Kyrie's there. And he quit on the team.
That's office and that's management. That is not.
No, that's James Harden. That's James Harden not wanting to play. That's James Harden not wanting to play.
And then the Nets are having issues right now, even with some of the players and management. So I'm thinking it is collectively an organizational type thing by those players.
76ers has had problems with players and management for years.
No, but this is different with the Nets.
For years. It doesn't matter. Every player has, you can go talk to any retired player and they'll tell you something from the front office that they dealt with as a player. Right?
Okay,
so you can't sit here and say, but you can't sit here and say it's the front. Yes, the Nets. You cannot sit here and say that it was the front office when reports came out. James Harden left because Kyrie didn't want to play. He didn't want to get the COVID shot. Now all of a sudden it's the front office. Now all of a sudden it's this. Why do we keep moving the needle for James Harden? I don't understand that. I don't understand
what Ziamara said. Ziamara is saying it's the front. I wasn't saying it was a COVID.
It was never the front office. It was James Harden.
Reported it was Kyrie.
No, it was James Harden. People close to the situation told us what happened.
You wanted to no.
People close to the situation told us what happened. Zamara came in here. Damn, Moolish just blinked out. Zamara came in here telling us, "Oh, I'm going to tell you the facts. I'm going to tell you the facts." But when somebody closer to the situation than you, Zamara, is telling us what's happening, you're telling me that's not facts.
Troy. I remember we had an episode. You were talking about these are narratives being spun by sports media, this and the third.
No, somebody close to James Harden reported it. It wasn't media. It wasn't media. It was one of his fucking buddies that reported it.
How do you know it was his friend? That's what I'm saying. Because what sports media
so who will report it? No. It's either going to come from his inner circle or somebody on the team. Those are two places you're getting that information from.
We had 2 whole episodes where you saying sports media, when they release information, they're not always accurate. And then we have narratives that are spin afterward. We get more truth and more context on the situation.
I'm coming.
Different thing.
I'm coming. Trust me.
Trust me. I
might fuck around and start PVT. I might even press the live button on PVT on Thursday. Tomorrow you might pop in. We might be live already talking about James Harden.
No, you're not.
All right, you keep playing.
Even if you talk about James Harden at the end of the day,
I want to gloss over all the facts that we got on James Harden and his fucking antics.
I keep things factual. You bring.
We are too.
No, I'm not.
This is how Troy talk. Ain't no emotion in it. I'm just not letting you slide that bullshit. You know that, Zamara.
Receipts about what was said,
and I can pull it up right now on what was said.
Because you know I got a catalog.
James Harden said it, so I gotta believe it out of James Harden's mouth.
Listen, I'll bring a timeline and catalog like a lawyer.
Get out of here, bro. James Harden has done the same thing for the last 4 years. Put himself in a situation and then get himself out of it. That's all he's done for the last 4 years. He didn't want to be on the Rockets. He got himself out of that situation, right? He got himself to the Nets. He wanted to go to the Nets. That's the timeline. He wanted to go to the Nets. The timeline is he wanted to go play with KD and Kyrie. That's the timeline. Then the timeline is the next year after they played that half a year and they all was early, all of a sudden James Harden comes back. Oh, his hamstring bothered him. Oh, he's quitting in games. He's letting the ball roll by him when he can easily pick the fucking ball up. The ball ain't far from him. It's 2 inches away from his fucking feet. But we want to say and talk about fact. That happened in a live fucking game. He let the ball roll past him in a live game and let the opponent pick it up and dunk it. But we want to sit here and talk about facts. James Harden quit on KD and Kyrie. He quit. That's a fact. That's a fact. A fact that he quit. He quit on them. He quit on them. And now he's quitting on Embiid. And now he's quitting on Embiid. No, because after that game, he asked for a trade.
You're spinning a narrative.
After that game, he asked for a trade. That's how he quit.
You're spinning narratives. So first of all, that collective loss for that year, Doc Rivers get a lot of credit because he was asked it was not coaching correctly. Then Embiid, your MVP was not showing up in that series. But let's not do that.
Everybody not James Harden.
Videos, so it
not
don't
James
matter.
Harden. Not James Harden.
Yes,
James Harden dropped 45 points in the first game of this past year's playoffs. Where was it again when they needed it?
Okay, but
let's talk facts, Amar. Where was it when they needed it? It wasn't nowhere to be found, right? Nowhere to be found, right? That's
being
facts.
Loud don't mean you right though.
That's facts. No, this how Troy is. This Troy show. This how Troy is. Correct me when I'm wrong, Mulich and Boowop. DJ, is this not how Troy is on Troy show? All right. I don't have to be loud. I want to be loud. I want to be loud because you don't hear it. You're sitting here making excuses for your favorite player and then blaming everybody else around him like he played no part in it. Like he played no part in it.
I'm sorry.
James Harden played a big ass role in the way his career is going. What we talking about here?
All right, you got it.
What we talking about here?
You right.
Yeah, I'm being loud and I'm still being right.
Don't mean you right though.
I could be loud and still be right because you're getting cooked. Your own dude on your own show said I popped in and Zamar getting cooked already. You been getting cooked since you jumped in here. What are you talking about?
This is from the sideline, folks.
You're not being factual. You're not being factual. That's what you're doing, Zamar, you're literally doing, I love you, Zamar, but you're literally doing what every other fucking fan does. You're using what fits your narrative. Yes, you are. DJ, is she not using what fits her narrative? Just answer the question. Is she yes or no? DJ, yes or no? Yes or no, DJ? Is she not using what fits her narrative? Mulich, is she not using what fits her narrative? That's why Troy's so hot right now. Because you're leaving everything that James Harden did out of it. You didn't say one fucking thing that James Harden did. That's a fact. That is documented. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? You want to really talk about James Harden like you? Because I'm tired of having this conversation.
right.
No, I don't. You can keep saying this, Zamara. Zamara, you can keep saying it. Did I calm my voice down? No, right?
And then I told you you cannot put in context the Nets because the
you can't put in context James Harden quitting on his team. That's what you can't put in context.
And it's still showing.
Give me the context of why James Harden quit on his team,
which further shows why a lot of them left. So I'm saying you got to take the Nets out.
And don't why a lot of them left. Kyrie left because of COVID and how the Nets handled it. And he wasn't going to stay there by himself, so he left too. What does any of that have to do with James Harden? Not a fucking thing. Not a fucking thing. It has nothing to do with James Harden because James Harden quit on the Nets.
Right though.
You can keep saying this, Zamar. I don't. That's not affecting me.
I'm saying what happened before.
And Zamar, I'm giving you timelines too, and you're ignoring them because the timelines are about James Harden's actions.
Absolutely, especially out here in California.
What are we talking about here?
I know.
What are we talking about here? No, we're not chilling, KC. We're not chilling, KC. You know I'm tired of this conversation. KC, you know I'm tired of this conversation. I'm tired of this James Harden bullshit ass. Let's protect James Harden bullshit ass conversation. You are. The boys just told you everything you're saying fits your narrative. You haven't said one thing. You haven't said one thing. One thing. You have not said. Tomorrow, you have not said one thing. The one thing that James Harden is. Just tell me, tomorrow. I'll go real quiet for you. Tomorrow, I'll go as quiet as you want me to. Tomorrow, I'll go as quiet as. Just tell me one thing that James Harden did. Just tell me one fucking thing. Tell me one thing that James Harden did. So it doesn't matter if I'm loud or not. You're still not gonna fucking own up to James Harden. You haven't proved shit. I just proved what you're saying. Get cooked. You're fried. You got you in the same motherfucking story rotisserie as Ben Simmons.
What did we learn from this? Nothing. Okay, so my question was.
I learned a lot from it. I learned a lot from it.
Somebody could talk on a regular
level. I learned a lot from it.
My question is this. I learned a lot from it. I was saying is that the narrative of him being problematic and the narrative of him being a disruption or a cancer to the team, I was disproving that because I was saying the order of events in regards to Philly was he had already told the owner and Murray he was not coming back. So then when this back and forth came, when the media was just like, Murray said he was coming, then he said he was a liar, then it went back and forth. I was saying they were trying to
Zamara, if he wasn't coming back, why did he sign his extension? Why did he pick up his year? If he wasn't coming back, why did he pick up his year? Let's talk about facts. Let's talk about facts. Let's talk about the facts, Zamara. Zamara, let's talk about the facts. Troy gonna stay quiet because just because I'm loud don't mean I'm right. So Zamara, let's talk about the facts. If James Harden, because you're not using logic. I'm sorry, DJ. I'm sorry, but she's not using logic because if he said, if James Harden told the team, hey, look, I'm not coming back, then why the fuck would he? Why would he sign his one? Why would he sign his one? Why would he sign his one if he wasn't coming back? He had the option to walk away from the team. No, it's not about. It's not about tomorrow. You make no sense. James Harden literally had the option to walk away from Philly, but read up twice last year and this year. So what are you talking about? Everything you just said goes out the fucking window because he signed the contract again. He signed it.
I didn't even get to ask my question. It's cool.
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Please tell me.
Obviously nothing because I can't.
Right.
So
exactly nothing. Cool. Exactly nothing. Because James Harden ain't doing shit. The nigga stayed home on his couch and we talking about James Harden.
Okay. I was in the strip club.
Ben Simmons was at training camp, was he not?
What are you talking about?
Can somebody tell me if Ben Simmons was at training camp?
He was,
right? Okay. Ben Simmons was there, but not James Harden.
Okay. Did you say he was with?
Okay. Like, what are you talking about?
Zamora, real quick, I really want to ask you this question.
No, but I didn't even get to ask my question.
What was y'all doing?
I didn't get to ask my question.
Did y'all go get chicken wings? Because I heard he liked chicken wings.
Good Lord, have mercy.
He went and showed Zamara his favorite strippers.
I do like ranch, but
he went and showed Zamara his favorite strippers.
So Michael,
so was it like?
The only thing I was trying to say was I was saying that specifically in the context of Philly, it was becoming a thing where he's being cancerous or problematic. When I said from the get-go, it was already reported. He released a statement to say that he didn't want to return. And then the back and forth media stuff with Murray ended up going and it made it seem as if he was problematic. That's what I was addressing.
A lot of bricks.
I wasn't talking about Houston. I was talking specifically about this. And then we went into the other stuff with Brooklyn and everything else. But Micah, that's where I was coming from. And does that, I was saying that sound to say that because the narrative actually was true. What happened?
You building a house right now.
Micah, do you understand what I'm saying though?
I understand what you're saying, but I have a question. I have a question to ask you for that one. And this is, I don't want to say kill your argument or what's going on here, but this is if I'll put myself on the hot seat, all right? If I keep jumping from one relationship to the next, at some point, and everybody is saying the same thing about me, at some point, it can't be everybody else.
No, it's everybody except for James Harden. She brought the facts, DJ. DJ, she brought the facts. It's everybody except for James Harden. She brought the facts. We heard the facts.
I said
we got to bring the jury and let the jury decide.
I say you have validity. I'm taking Brooklyn out of it, but then in that case, it will be two teams. Well, not two teams. Because Thunder, he got traded, so we don't bring the Thunder into that. But for Houston and for the Sixers, I could give you that, but I'm not including.
Let's take the Nets out of it because that gives him an excuse to not put some on his back.
No,
he quit on the two guys he wanted to play with.
Because collectively, their core all decided to leave.
They did not collectively
sit down and talk about, we're all leaving. No, they didn't.
Each one of them ended up leaving. I'm not saying at the same time.
You just said collectively. That's what collectively means,
No,
Amara.
it doesn't. Okay, you can be together, but not at the same time.
They did not talk about leaving. None of them talked about leaving. The only reason why KD left, Zamar, you have to understand. You talk up, Zamar, stop. You have to understand context. The context is of what we know. Facts, right? For facts. The facts are James Harden asked for a trade. James Harden asked for a trade before anybody thought about leaving the Nets. Is that a fact? DJ, I'm gonna talk to you. Did James Harden not ask for a trade before anybody else decided to leave the Nets? All right. Did James Harden not quit on the Nets around the time he asked for the trade? Right? He stopped playing and started saying his hamstring. We're talking facts here. Hold on, Zamara. Let's talk some fucking facts. Let's talk some facts, Zamara. After James Harden got traded, did any other trade rumors come out that season about KD and Kyrie? No. What happened? The end of that season, after they treated Kyrie that way, Kyrie said he wanted out, right?
Yeah.
And then KD followed behind him because KD didn't want to be the only player left on that team, right? When all three of them signed up to go there and win championships.
Yes.
KD left because he did not want to be the only one. So if you look at the domino, you can say the front office, you can say Steve Nash. But at the end of the day, when it comes to those players on those courts, KD was out there giving his fucking heart when James Harden and Kyrie went down in that Boston series. Kyrie was giving his heart the next year when KD was fucking down. Tell me a time when James Harden gave those two players his heart. Tell me a time when he gave KD and Kyrie his heart.
Okay, yeah. He did at the beginning of the season. He was definitely balling when they were both out. I will definitely stand for that one. He was definitely balling when Kyrie and KD was out. He was in Brooklyn, bro. Yeah.
I'm not. He did not.
Oh yeah, I'll give him that because he's the only one on the floor. He's the only one on the floor, so he has to ball out. So I'll give you that. But I'm saying. In the sense of those two guys, he did not. In the sense of KD and Kyrie, they did.
Okay, but
they did, and and I'm gonna stand on that. No, I don't ever think. I think after that half the season of James Harden being there, I think when James Harden went into that next season, he knew he did not want to be there. I think he knew he did not want to be there. And then when everything trickled down, when Kyrie wouldn't come back and take the shot because he had comments on that. That's also a fact. He made comments on Kyrie not coming back and taking the COVID shot. That's a fact, right? So all of these things, my way out, my way out. This is my fucking way out. And he took his way out. You can say in the beginning of that season, I'll take that back. In the beginning of the season, he was balling. But I don't ever feel like he at that time, when all three of them was able to get on the court and before KD got hurt again, I don't ever think James, I think after that season, that series where they lost to the Bucks, James Harden was done. He was done because all three of them stayed injured. For a year and a half, all three of them was injured.
Yeah.
So I think going into that, he was already done. That's not on KD. That's not on Kyrie. That's not on the front office.
I never put it on James Harden. What I said was the front office because, right,
but you can't put that on the front office when James Harden has to go out there and do his job. And then at a point where he's not out there doing his job, you can't blame that on the front office. You have to blame that on him. James Harden can't, hold on, Zamar. James Harden can't sign up for something. Oh, I want to play with KD and Kyrie. And he gets there. 20 games, I think he played the first season. 20-something games he played the first season with them. The next year they get bounced by the Bucks or something like that, right? Because KD was out, right? They get bounced by the Bucks, right? You can't tell me a guy that's invested into those two guys, KD and Kyrie, is giving up that damn easy when he wants to win a championship. And that's the best opportunity at that time he has to win a championship. Because the Nets only broke up. The Nets only broke up because James Harden left. Because KD got them to keep Kyrie. Kyrie just wasn't getting a long-term deal. He got them to keep Kyrie because Kyrie would have got traded in the offseason.
Okay.
Kyrie would have got traded in the offseason. So KD got them. They didn't want to break up. That's why the rumors came out that Kyrie was going to the Suns. He was going to sign with the Suns to go play back and play with KD. That's a fact, Zamara.
So
that's
the reason
what I'm
I was
saying.
I was saying with the front office on deductive reasoning, because the problems that stem on the current Nets with some of these players, it was trickling down and looking like it was also pointing to when that 3 was over there, which is why I was pointing out that the management,
the Nets gave those 3 everything they wanted.
No, but listen, I'm just saying it happened to be a factor. I'm not just making stuff out my ass. I'm saying if there's problem with management then, I'm saying there probably was problems with management now as well.
But Zamar, we can say there's problems with management with every single team.
Okay, but
look at what Boston did to Isaiah Thomas. Look at what Boston did to Isaiah Thomas. His sister died and we traded him.
Okay, but
his sister died and we traded him.
But Troy,
tell me what's equivalent that anybody has done that to James Harden for James Harden to feel any type of way about any type of front office.
But you're trivializing it. If somebody plays for the Cowboys if somebody plays with the Cowboys, it's different than playing under the Panthers, under the Seahawks, under any other organization. 100%. So GMs and stuff are different. I'm just
that's the way they handle their business is different.
But that's what
the way James Harden has to get on the court and play is the same.
Okay, he can play, but I'm telling you,
he ain't playing.
Okay, so wait, Troy, you're telling me there's no correlation with management with the current Nets and that previous Nets team with that 3 core. No correlation.
No.
That's a lie. That is not
because Steve Nash isn't there.
But,
Steve Nash was a big part of it too. What are we talking about
you're still trying to not give James Harden any blame.
He's not.
No, that's crazy to me.
No. I'm not giving him no blame. I never said that. First of all, him leaving Houston, I think it was the biggest mistake of his career. No, first of all, I think him leaving Houston was one of the biggest mistakes of his career. He shouldn't have done that. So I'm not giving him no accountability, no blame. I think y'all making a causal argument because you're saying he's cancerous, and I don't believe he's cancerous. I'm saying that you're saying that he's lazy, he doesn't want to play. I'm thinking, wait, what did he say?
He said the fans ain't going to cook James the same way they cook Ben. And I understand.
I'm not saying he's cancerous. I just think that
they still going to put him on that roaster. He's still getting roasted. Trust me. Let him not show up for practice when practice start. When camp open, let him not show up. Oh, Philly fans going to fry his ass.
Okay, but listen, Troy. Okay, so let me just say this one last thing. With the dynamic between Embiid and what's her name? I remember at the press conference they were talking about, Embiid and Harden. I'm sorry. At the press conference, Embiid and them were talking about him coming back, and Harden obviously said in context, he wanted to come back when that happened, and they seemed like they was brothers. They both went to that white party. Everything was cool. Embiid, I remember when he played. Excuse me, he doesn't mind putting people under the bus. He doesn't mind doing that. So in my head, if he's not mad at Harden and he's leaving, I'm thinking it has to be something additional. It's not just, you just quitting on the team. I'm feeling like it's something else. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I thought we was talking facts here.
I'm saying what MB said. Okay, so
I'm tired of hearing what people said.
Somebody else under the bus, and he hasn't put Harden under the bus yet.
He did throw Harden under the bus.
No, I'm talking about yet. If you're saying
and he did throw Harden under the bus.
No, but listen. What I'm saying, yet this is the worst situation. You saying he's quitting on the team? Why? What hasn't Joel Embiid said something at this point now? If he already threw him under the bus when he
Joel Embiid already threw James Harden under the bus.
Troy, he said
when they lost in the playoffs, he threw James Harden under the bus.
Troy,
what are we talking about here?
Troy, you're not answering my question. I'm saying if he already did that and is comfortable with already saying something negative on Hardy, and you're thinking he's quitting now, why hasn't he said something at this point? That's all I'm asking.
When did he say anything about the Nets?
Because Joel don't care.
When did he say anything about the Houston?
No,
what are we talking about?
I'm talking about Harden quitting now. You're telling me
Joel don't care.
You said who?
Joel don't care.
Yes, he do.
Joel threw Ben Simmons' ass under the bus too. Joel don't give a damn.
What I'm saying is, if he's mad that he's not coming back, he would have said something. He already.
He's never.
I don't think Joel can if fucking James Harden was there. I don't think James Harden was the guy Joel wanted.
He threw him under the bus because he played. He played bad in the majority of the series.
He said he doesn't use James Harden. I remember this, but I'm saying if you saying he's straight up quitting, why wouldn't he just be like, well, he a quitter, we moving on or something? Give a statement like that. That's what I'm saying.
Joel doesn't care.
Who comes out and say that?
He does care. If he cares enough to throw him the bus, he gonna throw
nobody in all that time.
If I'm gonna critique your,
show me a video when Embiid said that Ben Simmons
during the series, That's completely different than me giving a fuck if you on a team or not, bro. I really don't give a fuck if you're on a team or not. But when you're on the team, I definitely have the right to critique your play on the court. That's all I'm doing. But as soon as you express that you want to leave or that you don't want to be here, nigga, so bye. I don't care, bro. Like, I won MVP without you, and I still led my team to the playoffs.
My logic is if you're so comfortable to throw him under the bus, why would you be so comfortable be like, okay, well, we're moving on or say something else if you're the leader of this team? That's what I'm saying.
Because he don't care. That
who does it though? Give me a player.
All I cared about was how you played
when
during the game.
LeBron James got Delonte West off the team, did LeBron came out and make a statement about Delonte West and took my eye?
Okay, well, maybe this is my reasoning because I remember Paul George did it once. What's the name back? He said straight up, I don't know if he's gonna come back. So in my head, that's what I'm thinking. The same thing with transfer.
Saying I don't know if he's going to come back. It's not on Paul George. That's on the front office. That's why Paul George would say, I don't know if he's going to come back.
He didn't give him a cosign. He wasn't like, oh, I want him back. He was just like, I don't know.
So just because he didn't say I don't want him back means that he did not want him back.
About who?
I promise you, Joel don't care. I promise you he don't care. He's literally sitting back like,
we know that.
I really don't give a fuck. Like, if he's here, bet. If he's not, oh well, bro. Like,
Joel wanted Dame. That's who Joel wanted. We want to be fucking realistic.
He
wanted
Drew Holiday.
He wanted Jimmy too.
He wanted Dame. After Jimmy, he wanted Dame. He didn't want James Harden. James Harden was just the available person trying to get off the Nets.
And because
that's how he got James Harden. So no, I don't think Joel cares if James Harden is there or not.
I really don't. I don't think he gives a
I don't think he cares either. And for what it's worth, he did a very good job of playing with them this season and just letting it be what it was. I never got the sense from them that they were just
they were not buddy.
They were good friends. They love playing with each other.
No, because Joel he heard the murmurs. He heard the murmurs around the league.
With this guy, or I don't like playing with this guy. Joel's like, look, I'm gonna come to work. I'm gonna do my job. He's gonna do his job, and we're gonna go out there and give people work.
So wait, Troy. I have a question. When the information came out on Morey, I'm sorry, and he called him a liar, and then Kyrie gave support for Harden. Doesn't that look like it was front management or it was issues?
No. Just because somebody says something, just because somebody says something does not mean it is true. We know that.
No, but what I'm saying,
just because he called Daryl Morey a liar does not mean it's true. There's something wrong with Brooklyn, but I've always said there's something wrong with Philly's front office too.
I just need Mulder to agree. I'm not crazy. Okay,
but I already said, Jamar, this is how I know you wasn't listening to me. I agree with you 20 minutes ago that the Nets front office is a piece of shit.
No, you were.
I agree with you 20 minutes ago.
That all front offices are
right. Every single one of them do the same thing. Look what Boston did to Isaiah Thomas. His sister died, and they traded him away a month later. They all do the same thing. It's a business, Amara.
I know. I'm not ignorant of that. What I was saying is that was a contributor, and you were just saying, okay, that cancels out because all teams are like that. And I was saying,
listen, you can say the front office is a contributor.
Let me just say this one thing.
But how many players is playing for bad front offices right now that's not doing that?
Okay, but the reason I brought that up was because the original thing about him leaving the Nets was that him and Kyrie had beef, and then I'm saying that because Kyrie talked out in front of him, it basically shows that it wasn't a beef. It might have null and voided it.
No, that does not mean it. It could have mean that they sat down and talked after them being on the Nets together.
Afterward, but it's still
because there was multiple people around Kyrie and James Harden situation again, closer to me and you, closer to the situation to me and you, that was saying that's what it was. How are we going to sit here and believe James Harden but not believe the people that's closer to him and Kyrie saying that this is why they left? Stephen A has people in there. Stephen A is like, this is what I'm hearing out of the Nets. This is what's coming from it. James Harden and Kyrie had to be. James Harden ain't really messing with Kyrie because he won't take the COVID shot. James Harden came out and spoke against the COVID shot. So why am I going to think it's anything else than the relationship between those two players?
But Troy, I feel like you be picking and choosing when to listen to certain information because when it's talk media, it's this and the third. But when it's close people, you still don't know them niggas. You still don't know them people. They ain't in your 100%.
But I said, DJ, did I not say to Tamara 25 minutes ago that there are people closer to this situation than both me and you? Right? That's what I said. It's Troy. Hold on, Zamar. It's Troy saying on this show, not hold on, Zamar. It's Troy saying on this show that I will listen to a person that's closer to this situation than a person that's not, right? My saying is I'm going to listen to a basketball player over myself because they are in that situation. So if I'm taking that meaning and somebody that's close to James Harden, close to the Nets, close to Kyrie, and multiple people coming out and saying, oh, look, this is what the problem is. I'm gonna be like, no, no, that's not what it is. I'm not gonna listen to the people that's paid to give out this information to sources like Stephen A. Smith. I'm not gonna do that.
No, I'm saying if I want to listen to TMZ or something like that, that's one thing. But you telling listen to people that's close to them. Okay, I'm
because when it's people that's close to them, it comes from their inner circle. They're friends. Yes, we do. Because the reporters tell you, Stephen A. tell you, it comes from the inner circle. Any reporter would tell you it came from the inner circle.
I'm gonna take all the facts and come to. I'm not just gonna pick and choose.
Right, and I'm not picking and choosing either. And you sat here and picked and choose this whole conversation. Yes, you did. You picked everything that fits your narrative. That James Harden did nothing wrong on Rockets. He did nothing wrong on the Nets, and he did nothing wrong on Philly. That's what you came up here and did, Zamar. Yes, you did. Yeah, you didn't say one thing James Harden did wrong. This whole 45-minute conversation. Did you say one thing James Harden did wrong?
Everything that happened.
Did she, DJ? Did she say one thing? DJ, did she say one thing wrong or one thing that was on James Harden's side? No, right? All right, you're on one side of the conversation. Troy's on the other.
Okay, no, let me speak right now. Let me speak because we're not going to do this yelling thing. I was trying to bring in other context to give a full picture of the entire situation.
We know the context.
Those details were being discarded and wiped out and being called null and void. That's the only thing I was trying to bring context to the entire situation because it was just okay. There's one bullet point.
James Harden came out and said something that's more.
No, I'm saying okay. This was something additional we did not look at. That was it. That was it. I was bringing additional information.
I can't fuck my doc up for this.
Watching Buns quake. He was eating them chicken wings.
I can't believe you.
Magic City, Houston.
I can't believe
y'all. I promise y'all we're gonna move on, but I got something to say real quick.
Magic City, Houston.
Players playing the NBA.
Chicken wings.
You said what?
How many players play in the NBA?
I don't have the exact number, but go
just
ahead.
Guesstimate. Just guesstimate. Doesn't the accuracy the number doesn't actually matter. The accuracy of the number doesn't matter. So if you have 15 players on the team, what is it? 30? Is it 30 or 30?
Put that message up, Zamar. Why you ain't put that one up?
I didn't. He just put that up.
I know.
Stupid.
Okay, gentlemen. Okay, GQ, you getting blocked. GQ getting blocked on God.
He's not my bigger point.
GQ,
I'm asking you that question.
Go ahead.
My bigger point of asking you a question is why is it every single time it gotta be Harden? It got you like bro, there's hella other players we could talk about. You came on this show.
We came in here. We was talking about a fucking recent trade that happened. A recent trade. The biggest news in the NBA right now. We was talking about. You came here and ruined it for James Harden and talking about front offices.
Talk about the Celtics trading for Drew Holiday.
That's what you came here for. Front offices and James Harden.
I'm not gonna lie. I always thought some of that inner circle talk sports media personality. Thank you, KC. We'll talk about it Thursday, but they're gonna blow it up. But it's cool. We talk about it Thursday.
You can say that's true. But Stephen A. been hitting the nail on the head a lot whenever he say somebody from the inner circles is saying certain stuff.
I will give credit. I just want to bring context. I'm bringing all information.
You're not bringing all information. Stop saying that, Zamara. Zamara, you got to stop saying you're bringing all information.
I do. I'm bringing a full picture.
She was with him eating chicken wings.
You brung me a paper with half a drawing with a crayon that you can't make out what you're drawing.
You was right, and I was bringing in different.
No, Troy, Jamar, you can say that all you want, but anybody to the 4 people that's in the chat right now, go watch any episode back. Go watch any episode back, and you will see this is how Troy is, no matter what conversation we talk about. So don't think. Hold on, Zamar, killing shit, Zamar. Don't think Troy is getting loud. Troy gets passionate. Troy gets passionate and his voice goes up. That doesn't mean Troy's upset. It doesn't mean Troy's anything. But when Troy gets passionate, our son, Troy gonna give it to you. And Zamara, you know what you just got? You know what you just got? You got it. That's what you got. You got cooked. That's what happened. You got cooked. I didn't get here talking about some damn front office.
He said he had the same answer when we talked about Carmelo.
Right, thank you. This was the same show when we talked about Carmelo. So you could say being loud don't make you right, but Troy always loud, no matter what Troy talking about. Just because you quiet don't make you right. Just because you quiet don't make you right. Just because you quiet don't make you right. Just because you quiet don't make you right.
Okay. The whole thing. So actually, it was really because he did the video, and I wanted to comment on that. I thought it'd be something nice, but then Troy.
Well, you knew this wasn't the right show to come up here with no James Harden. You know that, Jamar. Jamar, you know you should have waited. You should have took that opportunity the week I was off. That was your best opportunity to come up here and talk about James Harden.
And I'm not leaving this.
No, it's not. No. You come up here talking about James Harden. You come up here talking. I don't care who come up here talking about James Harden. They're getting the same treatment. Carmelo got the same treatment. Danny Green got the same treatment.
I didn't see it. No.
Robert Horry get the same treatment. Do I not give Robert Horry the same treatment? They all get the same treatment. There's players you cannot come up with. Oh, Troy gonna cook you. And James Harden is one of them.
Okay, that's fine. But Mulich, if I saw you, I had did a video on the TikTok with that, I would have came on maybe talked about that too. Of course, it's hard, and you knew I was going to talk about this, so I don't know.
Show for it.
I don't know what the issue is.
You should have hit Moo up on a. You should have hit Moo up on a personal level. I love you, the first lady, but you made a grave mistake today.
Stop being petty, man. Stop being petty, dog.
This is the wrong show for James Harden talk, bro. This is the wrong show. For James Harden show.
Troy, getting loud don't mean you right though. Troy, getting loud don't mean
just because you quiet don't mean you right. Just because you do your hand like this doesn't mean you right. Just because you do your hand like this don't mean you right. God damn. Listen, I would rather you say just because I'm loud doesn't mean I'm right, but you sit here with this BS that you spitting about James Harden in front offices. You make more sense telling me I'm wrong when that I'm not right by yelling than you make sense by telling me James Harden in the front office. Because I'm a loud person, Zamara.
If you're right,
that's just me. In my regular life, I'm loud. My girl tell me all the time, yo, you're being too loud. Calm down. You're starting to yell in regular conversations. So what are you talking about? When we're in meetings, I act like this too. So stop acting like this something new. Stop it, Zamara. Stop it. Can I get back to my doc now? Can I get back to my doc now? Zamara, can I get back to my doc now?
I'm not about to out.
Can I get back to my doc now?
I'm not about to.
Can I get back to my doc now?
You know what's funny? I was talking to Mulich and Micah.
That's fine. But you came on the show with Troy. Is it? I don't care who you talking to. I don't care who you came up here to talk to.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Troy,
you realize?
I got something real quick. That's probably gonna make you. This gonna make you laugh.
I know you talk to everybody, not just Mulich.
You watch Martin, right?
Troy, it took me 20 minutes to ask my question. I didn't get my question off, which is even worse.
Did you watch Martin?
I shut up the whole time.
Absolutely.
You and DJ started talking. I ain't saying right. You had plenty of time to ask your
question. The
question.
episode with Tommy Davidson, the lady called in and was like, hey, Marnell, and Martin was like, excuse me, this is my show. I am the host. You address the host too. My dog, you came on here talking about what I came on here to talk to Moon. But Trey's on the show too. You address the host.
It ain't cook if you just loud. It's not cook if you just loud and you just
what I was saying. See, the difference is it doesn't matter because everybody that watch Basket to Basket know Troy's is loud in every conversation and they listen to the words that's coming out of his mouth, not his tone.
I think this is bad.
Not his tone. Not his tone. Can I get back to my doc, please? We can finish this conversation on Thursday.
Whiskey Troy is like 10 times worse than it.
I would like you to stay and talk about the doc. I mean,
this is Whiskey Troy. This is Whiskey Troy. That's why she got cooked the way she got. That's why she got cooked the way she got. This is Whiskey Troy. I told her she came on the wrong show today. She came on the wrong show. You should have waited the next week. Maybe next week I went and had a glass of whiskey. I don't know.
Without being loud. If you can't be intelligent,
Jamal, every time you say I'm loud, your argument becomes weaker because you're not listening to the words that's coming out of my mouth. You're worrying about how loud I am when I'm saying it.
Troy,
that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how loud. Listen to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You asked your question already. DJ, did she not ask your question? She asked your question, right? When I stopped talking. When Troy stopped talking, she did ask questions, right? Can I get back to my doc, please?
How long did it take me to ask my no?
Well, no more questions today. You're gonna have to save your question to Thursday.
Micah, how long did it take me to
You're gonna have to save your question to Thursday.
Micah,
because it's an hour 08 and Troy wanna get back to his doc.
Micah, how long did it take me?
Tomorrow, I would love for you to stay and talk about what's on the doc. I know you know basketball.
Thank you, GQ. Thank you. Loud or not. Loud or not, you
can cook.
I could be real quiet and still cook you, Zamara.
With no information.
Still cook you. No information. No, it's because your ears was closed, Zamara. It's because every time somebody talks about James Harden, Zamara, you close your ears. That's what it is. No, you close your ears. You close your ears. Because if you didn't close your ears, Zamara, if you didn't close your ears, Zamara, I don't want to be loud. I don't want to be loud. Hold on, I don't want to be loud. Zamara, if you did not close your ears, then you would have heard what Troy said, and you would have known Troy had substance behind what he said. Because Troy don't talk without logic. Troy don't talk without substance.
Schedule it. Bring it out on Thursday. Come on the show. I'll bring
I'm
timelines
coming.
and facts.
Troy gonna be there. Troy gonna be there. Hey, GQ, make sure you in the chat because it's a double cooking. We have 2 barbecues in 1 week.
We got ratchet today. I had to bust out
We
the
have
ratchet,
2
man.
barbecues in 1 week, guys. 2
Listen.
barbecues and Troy on the grill.
I don't sidestep.
Troy on the grill.
Troy, to be honest, your dialogue was real corny. But
We
anyway,
do sound like we related though.
To be honest, I'm gonna do the sidestep stuff. I'm gonna bring facts and timelines. I don't do that.
And I just told you facts and you ignore them. You can't,
context.
Zamar. You cannot stay here and have a
Listen,
logical
it's corny
debate
if people
when you're
cannot
saying
talk and actually
everything
debate
you're
right.
saying
Let's
is fact
go.
because what you're saying makes no sense. You're saying everything you're saying is facts, but everything everybody else saying is not facts. Zamara, you're saying everything I said is not a fact because it has the opposite to do with
That's
your
not what I
narrative.
said.
Stop it. You did
That's
just
not
say
what I
that. Did she
said.
not? Did she not? What the
That's
fuck
not
am
what
I
I
listening
said.
to? I got these big ass
No,
earphones
that's
for
not what
nothing,
I
guys.
said.
I got these big ass earphones for nothing.
That's not what I said.
You can I get back to my doc? Right, can I just get back to my doc, please?
Go back to your talk, but that's not what I said. But you was
I
coming
can't
back
go back. You still
We
going. I
wrapped it
can't
today.
move on to my
That
next
was lovely.
topic if you still going, Zamar.
That was
I need to get back to my
absolutely
doc. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 more things to do on the doc. We only did one thing.
It's crazy.
did one
You started
thing.
holding up your doc, and you was the one talking the whole time. Anyway,
Right, because you
everybody
kept
go to
going.
Thursday.
That's
9:30.
right. That's
I'm
right.
gonna
Troy
put
can
you
take
on
up his
the
time.
top.
this was going to be
I'm
bad.
gonna wait
Troy
till
can
we'll
take
be
up
there
his
for Thursday.
time.
timelines
Troy
up
can
there.
take up his
Get
time.
it on.
Troy can shortly take up his time. Troy can. I can take up my time.
Okay, take up your time. I'm trying
I can
to
take up my
leave.
time.
See you Thursday.
I got you, Casey.
Thursday.
I
I'ma
got you,
leave out,
Casey.
but
Small,
anyway,
small,
hey,
real quick. I really have a question for you, real quick. What do you think Dame Lillard trade?
the Dame
Oh
Lillard
my
trade?
God.
Okay. Can I
Right.
talk? I'm sorry. Can I talk? Can I talk? Can I talk? Can I? Okay. So with
You
the
got to bring
Dame
chicken
Lillard
wings
trade,
first.
honestly, I feel like I said on my show last week, well, I said to the guys in the group chat, I think besides Giannis, I was just like, this is the marker. I don't think no incoming players are going to be loyal to any teams. Giannis might be the last standing person that does this. I think that's going to just be deaded out. And I think that this is the, like, even though Dame did not want to go here, it worked out perfectly because this is actually a good fit for him. And I feel like with the contenders, it's Suns, Bucks, Celtics. People count out the Warriors, but it's crazy because I did a poll. A lot of people are saying the Lakers are going to be in contention. I'm like, y'all crazy. But I think it is going to be Bucks and Suns that I'm looking at going to be big contenders in the finals.
Well, you forgot one fact.
Well, okay, go ahead. Celtics,
You forgot one fact. Actually, when Dame found out that he wasn't going to eat, the Bucks was on his list. So it is a place he wanted to be. And a couple of years ago, Dame said he would play for the Bucks. Is why he got traded there.
Yeah, I remember he said that. I remember he said
No,
that.
I'm just letting you know the facts.
All right, guys. Come
And
through.
the Warriors
on
don't even
Thursday.
fight.
Bye. Peace out.
Hey, y'all, give it up for the first lady from the sideline, man.
Give it up for the first lady,
You gotta
y'all.
love Zamara, but her and James Harden stuff gonna have to
Just
stop.
just you and your panel getting cooked on Thursday. Y'all
not
are getting
KC though.
absolutely cooked.
Not KC
Going
though.
up.
Not KC though. Yeah, you getting fried, Zamara. I'm sorry.
I'm not getting fried because I have.
You got fried today. You're getting fried.
Just because you could highlight some. Listen, I can highlight some stuff.
Hey, I like beef
Go
jerky.
ahead.
Beef
Go ahead.
jerky
Tell me
really good.
anywhere where somebody said you was frying me. Show me something when somebody said you was
ever had
frying me.
lamb
Okay,
jerky?
so Micah, next episode, do you want me
Cold.
to get a frog horn and be loud too? I'm gonna get a frog horn next episode.
Oh,
I'm gonna do
shit.
this. I got you.
Even-
I got you guys.
Y'all too damn petty. Too damn petty.
She can't out petty me though. That's the thing. Zamara can't out
She
petty
got to bring
me.
beef jerky.
Like that's not. She can't out petty me.
She got
I
to
don't
bring beef
care if
jerky.
I'm loud. This is how Troy gets when he's passionate. Troy's a loud person, even in regular conversation. DJ
Y'all, by the way-
Mulich, hold on. DJ Mulich and Zamara knows that. The whole from the sideline knows when we're in meetings and Troy gets passionate, this is how Troy talk. So Zamara, I just want to let you know, you coming up here and saying, oh, just because I'm loud isn't right. That's because you knew you were losing. That's why you said that, because you wanted something that you want that needle to push back on your side, because you know Troy's always loud. Day in the day, I ain't fucking loud.
Him
It
and
doesn't
Boowop
matter
do this
who I'm
every
talking
week.
to. You don't, no matter who I'm talking to. That's what I'm saying. Zamara must not watch the show.
Yeah,
This is how
him
Troy
and
is.
Boowop do this every
What do
week.
you think? What do you think? You gonna come on my show and just talk to Mulich? That's what you thought about James Harden? Knowing I can't stand that dude. Just because you lied don't make you right. But when I went quiet, you still stopped listening. You wasn't listening because all you wanted to do was come up here and spit that James Harden bullshit. You know what I got to say to James Harden?
I'm waiting on the soundboard. I just knew something legendary was about to happen.
Did y'all hear the narrator voice that whole time? Was the narrator voice on or was it off? Because I had it on. Oh, I had it on, so I don't know if it went. But no, I love Jamar, so don't think this is just Jamar is our sister. All right, we're brothers here. This is a family. Jamar is our sister.
We gonna fight. We gonna fight every time we can.
I'm gonna text Jamar after the show. Like, don't do that. Don't act like Troy ain't loud. I've always been loud since you met me. This is Troy. Every fucking Monday, you guys watch the show. You know Troy get passionate and Troy start cooking. And damn, Jamar, you got cooked bad. Hibachi chicken on a Friday night, like GQ said.
Yo, you know what's crazy? She was like, hey, Micah, you fake because this, and I'm like, bro, but yeah. But when he's wrong and he's not playing good, I'm going to tell him he's wrong and he's not playing good. And what?
We don't make Mel leave. Mel done left.
Right. Bro, Mel dipped out at around like 45.
Bro, we started the Dame conversation at 1 minute and 21 seconds. We're at an hour 15 minutes.
Hour 15.
And I didn't move on to no other conversation.
By the way, Zamora, because I know you're still listening, this is not the show where we embrace bias. We embrace facts over here.
Facts. And you brung hella bias. You brung hella bias. Fuck. Talking about, I'm just speaking facts. To who? For James Harden and his defense? Because that's what you were doing. You didn't say shit James Harden did. Like he just had a squeaky record. I don't like that.
Zamora must be a Cowboys fan down low, bro.
God. I don't even know what to do on the dock. I don't know if I want to talk about anything any fucking more.
Let me comment on Boston getting what you call it. Let me comment because that's pretty much what we had stopped at. And
that's where we started at. Yeah.
I think Boston petty is hell number one because they wanted to make sure nobody else got Drew. I know they didn't want Miami to get Drew.
I told GQ though in the chat that nigga wasn't gonna get him. Oh, we gonna get Drew here better fit. Nah, Miami, he ain't getting that nigga.
But I also think this makes a lot of sense basketball wise because you traded away your defensive player of the year. Was it 2 years ago? And probably your best defender outside of Al Horford, and you're replacing that not with only another All NBA defender, a first teamer at that. You're replacing that plus a guy that can go get a bucket when he needs to, whenever Jaylen Brown or when Jason Tatum was hurt last year and the defense keyed on Jaylen Brown. Everybody I gave Jaylen Brown hell on the show. Like, man, he can't dribble. I really do like Jaylen Brown. I don't put that on him. But when it was time for somebody else on the team to go get a bucket, it couldn't be done. It just couldn't be done. And you were sitting there watching us like, yo, Marcus, you're supposed to be the leader out here. One of the guys is down and you can't step up offensively either. This is crazy. Like, I mean, if I was Jaylen Brown, I'd probably have a bad game too if everybody was just D'ing up on me and double teaming me every time I touch the ball. I look like I have bad handles too. So I think Boston getting Drew is a big win for them, especially if they were interested in Dame and they didn't get Dame. I think Drew is actually probably a better fit than Dame would have been in Boston.
All right. I still don't know. I appreciate it, but I still don't know where to go with this. I still don't know what to do with the show. We had 1 hour and 17, and I'm not going 2 hours. Shit, we supposed to be getting into the game show now, wrapping the damn show up.
I was about to say, how about we just jump to bring it to the era?
I think we're gonna do that. We'll save the Pascal, Jabari Parker, dirt and shit for next week. Let me jump in my post real quick because I want to get this off my chest. Excuse the mess behind me, my daughter on the couch. But some new stuff came out, right? And it's Jordan Poole and Draymond bullshit, right? And I still see a lot of people going around saying they still would have hit Jordan Poole. So what we found out is that while they were scrimmaging at summer practices, whatever it was, Curry was cooking the team like Steph Curry does, and Poole was the leader of the second team. So Draymond started barking at Jordan Poole, and Poole didn't say anything back. Got barked at. So it said that Steve Kerr pulled Poole aside after that scrimmage and told him, hey, don't let Draymond bark at you like that. Bark back. So the next scrimmage, Poole go the fuck off on these niggas. Everybody on the starting team getting some of Poole, right? And now he's barking at Draymond, calling him an expensive backpack. He's a what do you say, a expensive backpack for 30? Like, right? Now you guys are saying that, oh, I still would have hit him, but Draymond did not hit him there. So you guys are thinking that he said that to Draymond and Draymond hit him. Draymond didn't hit him there. Draymond hit him the next day after that shit was said to him. The next scrimmage, Draymond came in with an attitude because his baby mother wouldn't let him see his kids. It's reported. It's reported. But he came in with an attitude. He didn't speak to nobody. And now he's going off. He's having his chance to shit on everybody. And he's chirping. And they said Poole paid him no fucking mind. And that's when he walked up to Poole. Poole pushed him out of his face and then he got punched. So I want to ask all you pussy ass motherfuckers out there, right? If you call somebody an expensive 30, you getting punched? Oh, because I just got another question. I keep saying this shit. I don't know why, but Draymond, Poole pushed him. He punched Poole. But when Tristan Thompson yoked his ass up in the club, there was no punching from Draymond. Why the fuck is that? Y'all want to say and act like Draymond tough. Draymond ain't no tough dude. I grew up in the hood. Draymond ain't no fucking tough dude. Because any tough nigga that live out here with me would have put Tristan Thompson on his ass when I got yoked up. And he got yoked up in front of LeBron. And you can go check that story because it's all over the fucking internet. But none of y'all niggas want to talk about that, though. But you want to talk about Poole getting punched, a smaller dude that didn't expect him to do that to him because he called him a 30, expensive 30 piece. He did get carried. Draymond did get carried. The 1 year Draymond went off, they lost. Fuck y'all talking about. I want to hear this shit. Fuck Draymond. Can't wait for Jordan Poole to drop 45 on his ass.
Beautiful. Very beautiful.
Calling somebody an expensive backpack is crazy.
Fuck it. He did not deserve to get punched over that shit.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Jordan Poole, man, disrespectful for that one, though. It's funny, though. I can't.
I'm not even gonna say that's disrespect, bro. That is top of the line.
That's not disrespectful.
Right there. And how
is that disrespectful? Like that. Is he not an expensive 30? Is he not an expensive 30 though?
Backpack.
I know Draymond got carried. I get Draymond get carried, but it's one thing to say. It's one thing to basically say you got carried. It's nothing to say, boy, you ain't shit out here.
If I got carried, you got carried too. Fuck. Everybody say Jordan Poole got carried to his 1 championship, then Draymond got carried to his 4.
I mean, in reality, it was a big ass backpack for Steph.
Big ass expensive 30. Expensive backpack for 30.
Big ass backpack for Steph.
And the 30 is Steph Curry. That's what he was saying. The 30 is Steph Curry. He said, you're an expensive backpack for 30. Steph Curry wears number 30.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, shit. That's the craziest. I'm not even gonna lie. That shit. The roast of the year like that. Okay, so look, you remember when I was saying the reason why Draymond punched him is because he called him triple single, like triple single, he's doing that practice. Nah, like what Charles Barkley did was take Draymond's stat line and make it a roast. What Jordan Poole did was take Draymond's essentially whole championship career and put it into a whole roast.
That shit down the drain.
I love it, bro. I don't care. I love it. I absolutely love it. Shout out to Jordan Poole. Okay. I don't know if you was taking notes from me, my boy, but I absolutely love it. Keep going. Okay.
I'm happy.
Call it that, man.
I'm happy he got on Draymond ass because the fact of the matter is Draymond need a fucking reality check because, bruh, I get it. You got 4 championships. You've been there. You're kind of like the point guard. The offense runs through you a lot, this and that. But like I keep saying, I keep telling everybody, if he goes to another team, hell, you could get the damn bad boy on the team to pass the ball to Steph and get assists. I'm not saying Draymond's a bum, but Draymond definitely overrates himself, and I think everybody understands that.
Oh, of course he does. I think he would be valued in different ways if he went to another team. I'm not saying that his career trajectory would be the same as if he played with Steph, but he's still very valuable defensively. They probably don't ask him to take more of a back seat offensively because if you watched him at Michigan State, he did have offensive back kind of sort of. So I don't say his value would be lower on another team, but it's just you got to be real with yourself, bro. Like Steph is the team, and you do a lot for the team that a lot of people don't, necessarily notice, and you do a lot of the dirty work, but. As far as thinking that you should be out in the forefront with, Steph, no, bro, relax, sit back, play your role game. You feel me? And get your rings and get your rings as you should. But you trying to be in the forefront, like, oh no, this is my team, and no. Sit back, take a back seat, get in that backpack, okay? Go ahead and get in that backpack.
I'm still over here fucking with Samara.
In that fucking backpack, in that nice little cup holder on the side. And
I'm still over here fucking with Samara.
Hey, Moo, I know you said he'd be valued in other ways, but let me ask you this, and I want your honest opinion too, Troy. If Draymond is not on the Warriors, is he on a Hall of Fame trajectory in his career? Would he have a Hall of Fame trajectory to his career?
Probably not.
He would have to play defense like Tony Allen.
Yeah, and I don't think any other team puts the ball that much in Draymond's hands with no offensive package like that.
And honestly, if we're being honest, I know probably a lot of people's not going to like this, but if we're being honest, he would probably be a slightly better Dylan Brooks on a different team.
I'd definitely take Draymond over Dylan.
Slightly better than Dylan Brooks. Offensive back, slightly deeper.
I don't know if I'll take Draymond over Dylan. I saw Dylan put 40. Dylan put 40 on USA head down. I'm not gonna let that shit go, bro. I'm just not. I will never let that go.
I mean, Draymond did drop 36 in the finals. Off like 6 or 7 3, which is crazy, by the way. Like, but yeah, no, I mean, like I said, bro. Like I said, Jordan Poole. Hey, I love it. Okay, I love it. That's all I can say. I fucking love it, bro. I don't care. I don't care.
Zamar really came up here and threw everything off, bro. Because I'm just like, it's still in my head.
It's still in mine too. That's why I'm over here. Zamar mad at me. So I texted her and I said, "That's right. I'm telling Zamar."
Oh shit!
I said, "Hey, all love, but you better be ready Thursday. I'm coming in fire, not on in. Coming in fire, nigga." She goes, all right. I go, love you. She goes, mm-hmm.
Hey.
So I said, oh, it's okay.
Zamar about to look like Errol Spence come Thursday. I'm warning her. Y'all want to do a bring him to the arrow before we get up out of here?
Yeah, we about to right now.
Okay. We Crawford over here, bro. That beatdown coming.
I don't think Zamar really been up here with us like this though. She said it wasn't that deep for me, but I just said I love you and say it back. But all right, let's close this damn show. I thank you, Zamar, for first lady. You know, the first lady always gets away with what she wants. So. Bring them to that motherfucking era. All right, we haven't done this in a while, so if you watch it, if you get up to this point, because I know somebody that's gonna come across tomorrow, you're gonna stay that whole fucking thing. If you get up to this point, what we normally do is we take a guy from this era and a guy from this era, and we swap them, and then we pick who we think is going to have the better career. So the two players we got today is Baron Davis and De'Aaron Fox.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So put Fox in Baron Davis era and put Baron Davis in today's era. Who has the better career?
You want to go first?
I think De'Aaron. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I really think De'Aaron has a better career. Main reason being he's slightly more athletic, just a little bit faster than BD was in his prime. And just looking at the teams that Baron Davis had that he was on, I think it complements De'Aaron Fox a lot more than it would complement Baron Davis as far as on the Kings. Like if you take Baron Davis' skill set and when he was virtually at his prime and put him on put him in Sacramento, does that make Sacramento the team that they are now with Sabonis and with Kevin Huerter, Malik Monk, like, and just on the other side of that, when you take De'Aaron and put him on the Hornets and he gets traded to the Warriors, does that translate to the Warriors going further in the playoffs? Because that year the year that they did upset the Mavericks and ultimately end up losing to the Jazz. Do they end up beating the Jazz because they have a young dynamic point guard that can get to the basket and probably has probably a little slightly under outside shot than Baron Davis, but he's a lot faster. He's more athletic. He's really, really tough too as well. Really tough kid. Like, does that cause the Warriors to get over that Jazz hump, right? Compared to now, does Baron Davis help the Sac Kings get past the Warriors, or when he does get drafted, does his career essentially come out better than De'Aaron. Does that translate Sacramento to more wins when you add somebody like a Boogie Cousins and like before they got rid of Isaiah Thomas, when you have Rashawn Holmes, Harry Giles, like all of these guys, these big guys that Sac took along with trying to pair it up with their point guard to try to see if they can create a dynamic duo of such before they got Sabonis. Does that change the outlook of the Kings and bring them out of that long ass drought? I don't know. I think De'Aaron has a better chance, honestly. Hey, I got some lemon pepper steppers, and you always gotta have them.
Yo, that comment right there was wild.
I'll call them the lemon pepper lose. Okay.
He said, "Cook like hibachi chicken on a Friday night
on the side of fried rice." Hey, that sounds good.
Let me tell y'all. Jeremy's hibachi skills is A1 too. So GQ
the taste. Hey, G, when I come out there, you feel me? I had to whip some of that hibachi up. I don't even know if I do timestamps here. I don't know what I do. Go ahead, DJ.
I think you know what? I'm on the other side of this than you move. Because I think Baron Davis would probably be better in this era because he's definitely a better shooter. And with the way the floor is spread now, and you give him, because he was even in the 2000s when he went up against the Warriors, went up against the Mavericks still had true 7-footers in the post. I could imagine Baron Davis being like, oh, they don't clog the post in this era. Oh, I can get to the basket like it will now if I want to. I can still shoot the ball because I don't have to get to the basket if they want to play zone and we got to move the ball and get open. So I think I'm on the other side, but that's not me saying De'Aaron won't be very good in Baron Davis's area either, because when we first picked these two, I was like, that's kind of wild. At first I didn't really see the similarities, but then as I sat back and thought about it, I started seeing more. I was like, yes, because Baron Davis was a hell of athletic freak when he was with Charlotte for sure, and then when he went to the Warriors. But I think Baron Davis would have a better career in this era.
All right. Well, that's the show. Final thoughts.
Are you busy right now?
Oh my God, man!
That's the show. Final thoughts, nigga. Jamal wants to pop back in here, so I want to get offline real quick.
Okay.
I ain't gonna have a voice tomorrow because of her, and I don't care. I'll have one for Thursday. I'll have one for Thursday.
Zamar, we still love you, but let me tell you, on Thursday, this is gonna sound like me whenever me and GQ go against each other. On Thursday, your show getting cooked, bro. Y'all better bring the heat if y'all want to last. So make sure y'all tune in. B2B pulls up on PDT.
B2B. Yo, y'all don't hear this damn voiceover?
Hey, Thursday we making fried chicken. I gotta
fix my voiceover. My shit not working.
Okay, Houston.
I'm trying to do the narrator voice early on tomorrow.
Houston style, Brooklyn style,
excuse me,
Philadelphia style, fried chicken wings with extra
hibachi style.
Sauce. Okay, and we're gonna have the hibachi fried.
How
rice
you like your
on
steak? Nigga, overdone.
Straight beef jerky, like my boy.
He said that was an overdone steak. That was dirty, Troy. Straight beef jerky, like
yeah, straight tough.
And she could, and I wasn't saying anything. No context. I'm not saying anything. That's my fucking final thoughts. No, come up here with some facts, right? But not on James Harden's side. You came up here trying to make us change our mind on James Harden. We're not Jay Crowder. We're not fucking Steven Crowder out here. If you know who Steven Crowder is, you know who he is, nigga. Change my mind. We ain't out here doing those segments. Change my mind. Ain't nobody changing shit on James Harden. That nigga's a quitter. He ran from Houston. He ran from the Nets, and now he's running from Philly. That's my end of my thoughts. Fuck you.